Hi everybody. Hopefully you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. So once again here, welcome to our educational program, Amader Pathshala. You know that this is a very effective educational program. Today's class is on English language and it is related with your grammar part, and the term is completing sentence with clause and phrases. So welcome again in our educational program, Amader Pathshala. I am Imam Hussain. I will just talk about English language, and today we will discuss on English second paper. And in second paper there is a grammatical term, completing sentence without clause. We need to use more than one words, or we can use clauses. Okay, we have already discussed it in our previous classes. So today we will go to specific rules, and that is conditional. Okay, let's go to our topic, completing sentences without clause with suitable phrases or clauses. So we have already know that what is called phrases or clauses. Phrases means a group of words that can be a unit or one part of a speech, or it can act like an one word class in a sentence, such like noun, pronoun, or like this. Okay, so noun phrases or verb phrases, adjective phrases, and clauses. We can use a sentence like a sentence to complete the sentence. Okay, so today's topic, so take your copy and pens and write down the sentences and the structure that I am going to give you. Okay, so today we will discuss learning outcomes. What will be the learning outcomes today? So let's have a look. After completing this lesson, we will be able to use conditionals. That means a type of sentence using if in a sentence. So mainly we are going to use how to use if to apply conditions. Okay, and complete sentences using different clauses. We will use different types of clauses through the perception what we are going to express. Okay, so let's start. At first, what is conditional? First, we need to know what is called condition in a sentence. If clause. Why we are going to use if clause? When we need to use it. Okay, so here a little bit, a very precise definition. You should write down it or try to understand. Let's read it out. Conditional sentences present. It presents one event typically in a clause beginning with if. So mainly it starts with if. There are some alternative like in case, providing that, we know, but most of the time we will start with if. So here the key word is if as a condition for another event. So we will use if to ensure another event, if clause. Okay, so expressed in a main clause. So if clause is dependent clause or subordinate clause, and later part, the later structure or later sentence will be the main clause. Okay, so if we want to differentiate or just categorize, so there are mainly two types of condition. One is real condition, another one is unreal condition. So from this word we can get a little bit understand that what does it mean, real conditions. So real condition means the situation, there is a lot of probability, or the true situation, it will happen or it happens naturally or as usual. Real situation means there is a possibility, lots of possibility, or it happens. Okay, it have happened like this. And unreal condition means the possibility is less or zero possibility. Okay, so the word here, key word is real condition, that means true, and unreal means there is less possibility or lack of probability to be happened anything. Okay, so at first we will discuss a real condition. Please, dear learners, try to understand when we are going to use it. Okay, most of the what I have found that students are able to memorize the structure, but they don't know where we should use it, the proper application of if clause or conditionals. Okay, so today we will try to understand, we will have a better understand where we are going to use if clause or conditionals. Okay, let's have a look. Let's go to another slide. So this one, okay, real condition. In real condition, the events happened or have happened or likely to happen. So in real condition, there is possibility that it will have the events happen or have happened. So it is natural that it will happen or it happens or have happened or likely to. So in future there is possibility. This is called real condition. Like I have given one example only. If I miss the train, I have to walk all the way to town. So this is the condition. If I miss, that means if I don't catch or if I am unable to catch the train, I have to walk or I need to walk all the way to town. This is real condition. This situation will happen or have happened already. Okay. So this is called real condition. The another condition is unreal condition. Okay. So unreal conditions, the event have not happened or are not likely to happen. Example, I lived in town. If I lived in town, that means actually I don't live in town. I live in another or in village or remote area. If I lived in town, I would not have this problem. But I am facing, in real situation, I am facing some problems. If I lived there, so there is less possibility to live in town. That's why I am using unreal condition. Okay? Most of the students think that this is the past incident. No. This is the less possibility that there is lack of possibility to live in town. Okay? So if I lived in town, I would not have this problem. Okay? So a real and unreal condition. The main difference is real and unreal condition. Then we will go first condition or second conditional, third conditional. You are used to know it. Okay. Number real condition, factual or the real condition. Here in real condition, factual condition or zero conditional. That means it happens, always it will happen, or it happens or it like this. So real condition, factual condition or zero conditional, that means it happens naturally. Okay. So the structure is if plus present tense and present tense. Now or always. Now it happens or it always happens like this way. So if I wash dishes, he dries them. So if I do this, he do that. Okay. So this is natural. Okay. If I invite him, he attends. This is natural process. If the fruits feel soft, it's ready to eat. So this is natural. Always like this. Okay. So present plus present, not future. We will also have a structure like present plus future, but here the difference is present plus present, always zero conditional like this. There are some other example I am going to give you which is not written here. Just listen and try to understand. Suppose we can say that if we turn water into ice, or if we just turn into water into ice, it becomes solid. It becomes solid. So it will become we will not use future tense, we will use present tense. Okay. So present plus present. Another real condition is here real condition, factual condition or zero condition, but here we are going to use if plus past tense, that means past indefinite and also past indefinite. This is a irregular pattern. In past it was true. Always it happened. Okay. Like this. If it rained, we went by bus. So in my college life, when it rained, I went to college by bus. I went there, or I went to my office by bus. So in past it happened, naturally happened. So this is called zero factual condition or zero conditional. If it rained, we went by bus. We use bus. Okay. If my uncle caught fish. If my uncle caught fish in past, it always happened. He always gave us some of fish. So it happened. It was regular activities in past. Okay. So if my uncle caught fish, he always gave us some. Past plus present, past. Okay. So we have already learned two structures here. One is in our previous slide. Have a look again. If plus present tense plus present tense. This is called factual condition or zero conditionals. If you put your arm on bare arm on fire, it burns. Like this. if you add 2 and 2, it makes 4. Okay, so this is scientifically truth or factual condition or zero conditional, we can say real condition. Another structure we have learned, this one if plus past tense, and another one is past tense. Here the main clause is he always gave us some. Subordinate clause is if plus the structure, and the main sentence is or main clause is we went by bus or he always gave us some. Now real condition, predictive conditional, that means we will predict, it will happen in future, not in present or past. It will not always happen, but there is possibility. Predictive conditional or first conditional, it will happen in future, okay, or in near future. Look at the structure here, structure present plus future indefinite tense. So we have already learned present plus present, the situation when we are going to use it, when it is true, it happens, but it will happen in future. There is possibility, but it is not always true. If plus present future indefinite tense, we will use subject plus will or shall plus V1. I have given the key point will. Okay. If your friend don't arrive by 5, within 5 o'clock, we will leave without them. So it will happen after 5 o'clock. If we see that his present is not available or don't arrive, we will leave without them. Okay, so present plus future. Here the main clause is we will live without them, and the subordinate clause if is giving a condition. Okay, so another example, if I see Eva, I will tell her the incident or about the problem. So if I see Eva, the condition is if I see, and it will happen, I will tell her. Okay. So another, if the weather improves, we will go for a walk. But the real situation is the weather is not, right now is not okay, or it's rough now. If it improves, we will go for a walk. It will happen in future. So present plus future indefinite tense, we can use it. Okay, but there is possibility, a lot of possibility it will happen. If a lawyer reads the document, we will see if we have missed anything important. Okay, we have learned some examples, we have just read it out. Now next slide, real condition, predictive conditional or first conditional again. But here the structure is different. Look at this. This one is again predictive conditional or first conditional, we can say. The name is different but the structure is same. But here we are not using future indefinite tense. We are going to use modal verb can or going to. If plus present tense, then the structure will be subject plus can or going to, then main verb of present form, then extension. Okay. So if I get there early, if we get there early, we can sit at the front position. Okay. So we will sit at the front position, we can say this, but here it indicates ability. We will be able. We can also say can or will be able or going to. If we get there early, we can sit at the front. If you use future tense, it will also be a correct sentence. We will sit at the front. We have learned this structure in our previous slide. Here we are giving another slide. It is also possible in conditionals. Okay. So if he has that again, I am going to scream. So if he says that again, I am going to scream, that means it will happen. Definitely it will happen. We can also say I will scream. That is also, but here the possibility is more if we use alternative will, going to. Okay. So the difference is will a little bit less strong, or when we are going to use going to, it will be stronger form expression. Okay. So this is real condition, and the main thing is what is the difference between real conditions and unreal conditions. That real condition here you will find that it will happen, it happens, or it has happened already. Okay. So there is a lot of possibility. Actually to happen it, okay? So now we will go to unreal condition. So we have already learned about real condition. Now we will go unreal condition. That means less possibility is here. There is less possibility or zero possibility even sometimes, okay? So I have used another conditions. Another name of unreal condition is hypothetical conditions or second conditional. Most of the students think that it is the past form, or it has already happened, or in past it had happened, okay? But the sense perception is totally different here. Look at the structure. If plus present past tense, subject plus would or could or might, we can use this type of modal verbs, would, could or might, then V1, that means present form of verb and then extension, okay? A distant or unlikely connection, that means there is less possibility to happen. If you lived closer, we would visit you more often. So if you lived, that means it doesn't indicate that it is past tense. It means that there is less possibility. In real situation, you lived a little bit far. That's why we can't visit you more often. But if you lived closer, it's a kind of wish, but the possibility is less. Okay? If I were you, I would go. This is a kind of advice, but you are not going. Then I am giving you a suggestion. If I were you, I would go. A kind of suggestion, but there is less possibility to happen. That's why we are using this type of structure. This is called second conditional, okay? If the weather improved, we would go for a walk. But the actual situation is the weather is not improving, or the weather is rough. That's why there is less possibility that the weather will improve. That's why we are just wishing that if the weather improved, we would go for a walk. If I got the job, I would move to Dhaka. So if I got the job, what is the difference between, now I am going to give you a structure or a sentence. If I get the job, I will move to Dhaka. That means if I use present tense, and here if I use will, there is possibility that it might happen, okay? So but if we use past form and if we use would or could, there is less possibility. If I got the job, I would move to Dhaka, okay? But getting job, here there is less possibility, okay? If you came in the summer, you would stay with us and might even get your own room. This one is bigger structure. You should write it down. So unreal condition. Another slide on unreal conditions. So third conditional. It means there is zero possibility. In our previous slide, we said that there is less possibility. Possibility is there, but a little bit. Okay? But now this structure that there is no possibility. It had happened already, and now it is quite impossible. That means zero possibility. Third conditional. Most of the students think that this is third conditional. In our traditional grammar, the structure named third conditional, but it has come from unreal conditional. The structure is if plus past perfect tense, subject plus would have or could have plus V3. That means past participle form of verb, and then extension. Okay. So look at this example. We have two sentences here, and we just make it one in later sentence, okay? He didn't call me. I didn't help him. He didn't call me. That's why I didn't help him. So two sentences here. And if we use it in conditionals, how can we say this? Look at this. If he had called me, actually, he didn't call me. I would have helped him. Actually, I haven't helped him. So the situation has gone, and this is zero possibility. The time has already passed away. So if he had called me, actually he didn't call me. And now I am saying if he had called me, I would have helped him. In real situation, I didn't help him. If the weather had improved, but the weather didn't improve. If the weather had improved, we would have gone for a walk. Actually, we didn't go. So this is zero possibility. It has already happened, and the real situation is not right now. It was in past, okay? Then, if we just summarize the classes or the rules, what we have already discussed, then we can summarize types of conditionals in summary, the true or real. When we are going to use conditional, so what will be the sense through which we are going to use it, conditional, true or real? Look at the example. If it snows, we get our skis out. So whenever it snows, we are going to do it. So it is true for us. It is real situation. We do this every time it snows. So whenever it snows, we are going to do this kind of activity. This is called true conditional or real conditional. Okay. Later one, like or possible. There is possibility, but not always true. But a little bit more possibilities there to be happened. First, this is called first conditional also. If he gets the job, he will celebrate. We will celebrate. If she gets the job, we will celebrate. So there is possibility, a lot of possibilities there. It is possible or likely she will get the job. So we are hoping that she will get the job and we will celebrate. Okay. Then less likely or less possibility. That means less possibility. Second conditional, if he had more students, actually he hadn't more students, but there is less possibility. If we had more students, we would run the course. We would run the course. It's our wish, but the real scenario is different. There is less possibility. Okay. It is less likely or unlikely that we will get more students. So we have in truth to say, we have few students. If it increases, we will run the course. Okay. But possibility is less. Now the types of conditional summary, another one, the third conditional. We have learned it. Third conditional means less possibility, not less possibility, it is zero possibility. It has happened in past. If the rent had been lower, I would have taken the flat. So the rent was not low enough. Actually the rent was not low enough. That's why I haven't taken the flat. But I am wishing that if it was low or had been lower, I would have taken the flat. Real situation, so there is zero possibility. Okay. Now, without using if, we can use sometimes unless in condition. Okay. Like if, look at this, except if. You can't get a job unless you have got experience. So if you don't have experience, we can use also condition using unless. And we have just, what does it mean? If you can only get a job if you have experience. Okay. So we can use unless in alternative of if. Unless you call me to say you are not coming, I will see you at the theater. So it will happen. There is possibility. Okay. I can't see you unless I wear glasses. So we use, if we want to say it using if, we can say I can't see you if I do not wear glasses. Okay. So when we are going to use if, we will use negative structure, but unless there is negative meaning with unless, so we will use affirmative structure. We will not use negative structure with unless. Now, in case, we can also use in case in conditional. That means it will also express a kind of condition or a kind of confusion or a kind of future that will happen in future. Bring a map in case you get lost. Get lost. We can also say bring a map if you get lost, but there is a little bit difference in meaning. Here we are preparing ourselves or taking a step in advance. Okay. Bring a map in case you get lost. Here we are taking preparation or step a little bit advanced in okay. I don't think I will need any money, but I am bringing some just in case I need. If I need it, that's why I am taking some money with me. Okay. Now here are some examples. You will try to complete it. We have learned the structure, so try to write it down and complete the following sentences. using clause. Okay, if I have enough money, that means present structure, present indefinite tense. If I have enough money, so what will I do? We can use present tense, modal verb with modal verb, or we can use future indefinite tense. If I have enough money, I will establish a college or a hospital in my village. Okay, so we can say future tense, we can use modal verb plus present tense. It's our choice. Okay, if I found her address, here the form of verb is V2, that means past form. So this is second conditional, less possibilities here. So we will use subject plus would or could. So if I found her address, I would met him or met her, sorry. I would met her, we can say this. Would or could, we can say. I could contact with her like this. If he gave her a sweet. If he gave her a sweet, so here the past form again. So we are going to use second conditional. What is the structure of main clause of second conditional? Subject plus would, could or might, then V1. So if I have, if he gave her a sweet, she would be happy. Okay, then we can say he will take a taxi. Here we have used main clause. So we will use here if he needs, he will take on a taxi. If he needs, okay, we would have understand him if. So the rest of the sentences you will try to complete at home, and then we will discuss it later. Okay, so this is the end, and hopefully you will learn another rules in our next class. See you very soon. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Thank you very much.